Previously on Tessie Teams.
We're here to meet with Salith Cryptgarden.
Of the one who has you by the elbow, like, he is the one. I think this could be made right.
You thought that perhaps you could decouple your own causality from this network of events, and it might rescue the herb.
I see.
And so you can see yourself writing a note to yourself and then severing your connection to yourself absolutely. And you feel yourself connected back to the person you were 2 years ago. And you don't agree with them. You were talking to your father.
My not father.
No?
No, he's always been your dad.
Oh.
You received a message in your ledger from Certainty Drawn
Okay.
that suggested that it's outside the range of the Desserin Valley, but there is someone looking for a daughter, and it's going to be the easiest job you take all year.
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send him home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line, initial it twice.
I had diarrhea for about 3 weeks.
Yeah. Hello. I am Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcade and PAX. I am also a Minifus Hereward Drawn. Not yet, Kate.
Sorry.
Not yet.
I'm sorry.
I'm also a Minifus Hereward Drawn, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today, I'm Jerriford K. Horcrims, your internet friend. And I'm here to run a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends. To my right, Dragonborn narcissist Donaar Blitzen.
Oh, there he is.
We got royalty. We got royalty in here. Strix is in the mix with a little twist of trash.
That rhymed.
She's back at it. She's a cool person. We're glad to have her here, of course.
Thank you for having me.
It's no problem. It's no problem. Repping the natural world, Walnut, Dog, Grass, Qouccw.
Wait, we don't clap like,
I have a bird.
that's right.
Oh, it's like this.
So we
It's
hook
Qouccw.
them and then we clap backwards because it.
We don't. That's not something we do.
I do that, yeah.
That's not something
I don't
I
want to
do.
break the bird's back.
No, I maintain
You gotta bite its little head off.
Ozzy Osbourne type
doing?
thing.
For the podcast, Holly just clapped her bird wings onto her own face.
She loves birds.
That's the
I do
sound
love birds.
that you might have heard on the audio. To my left, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Beestinger. It seems like it's doing fine.
Hey.
My daughter's here today, so
Okay.
Keep it
you.
PG,
just tuck it right back into the holster.
back into the sheath. And then we also, emerging as though from a mist shroud, Cthulhu Drow.
Oh, hey, whoa, okay, there you go. One for you. You in the back.
Ooh, long distance.
Yeah, exactly. It has range.
It's a challenge.
Whoa.
Has range. Now, gathered friends, when last we saw our heroes, they had received a profundity of exposition from the EPA Men's Auxiliary, Salith Cryptgarden, out there on the western edge of the forest. What's that?
I said papa.
Papa.
That's it. Daddy.
You got it.
We covered a lot. It definitely it would nourish you to examine that episode for more details. But among other things, we did meet Walnut's father, learned a lot about the Enclave, maybe a little about ourselves as well.
Wow.
It's too much. It's too much.
And I know
guys.
I know that I did wrong, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the game atoning for it. So, but when we very last saw our heroes, like the very last scene, Donaar Blitzen had been woken up. There was something stuck between his toes, a tiny tome called the Velvet Cape, the Halfling Stellar Diaspora, and it had woken him up. But this was happening while the group was on their way back to the Drawn and Courtier after having engaged in this incredible experience. We now resume with the events already in place.
Go ahead.
Now we can play Dungeons and Dragons.
You got a tiny book.
You guys, everyone's outside? You guys are outside, right?
We're camping.
Yeah, they're
Everyone's
setting up
camping.
camp.
And Donaar was sleeping. And the book
It got like wedged
between his toes.
two toes.
And that woke him up.
It did.
All right. So Donaar would see the book, and it's a little book.
It is.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's probably all in all, maybe 7 inches at the spine. It's plenty.
Donaar, this is where I get to put make Donaar like Ryan. I get incredibly angry when I'm woken up early. Like when I take a nap and someone wakes me up, I get irrationally mad. So he would get very mad here. This is
Finally, Donaar is like Ryan.
finally. I've been acting so far.
We've been waiting for that. We've been waiting for that heel turn.
Finally, we can connect the dots. So he'd get really mad and confused because he was woken up early.
Okay.
What does he say?
Well, he would say, is this a book for babies? I'm not a baby. And then he would just throw it out the window.
Nice.
Which window?
Whichever's closest.
Just trying to figure out
Over his shoulder.
if it goes campward.
Away.
It would
deeper
go
into
Away from the camp.
away from the camp. Okay.
Okay.
And then you go back to sleep.
Just right out the window.
Nice.
I love it.
Good try trying to insert some story shit in there, Jerry.
That's on me.
Nobody knows what diaspora
It's like
means
the
anyway,
beginning
so.
of the Last Jedi when Luke just throws the lightsaber. You're like, why? We had
the
all that
movie
build
ended.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
What?
it's very painful, I think, for all of us. But yeah, so as I recall, you and Kate were collaborating on some.
I'm sorry, who?
We've collaborated
Rosie.
Wow.
externally.
Wow,
Oh, yeah,
Bob.
do you
Wow.
have the
The
No,
content.
I don't. I do not have it right now.
So Chris and I have been working on a project that will be a visual aid along these lines. But
Yeah.
we'll have to get it later. We'll get it at the break.
It's in Donaar's office.
But in
the Penny Arcade building.
in the role playosphere, it's like a piece of black parchment in your office,
My office.
in Donaar's office.
In my father's knife
Okay,
office.
in the father's knife, we're gonna send coriander off to get it. Yeah, but in the meantime, we are sitting by the fire together and we're discussing these happenings.
Yeah, and I am. What was the interaction that I had with you, Walnut, just prior? It was like, oh yeah, I was saying it's kind of a big deal that we get to see that. Seems like a private grove.
And she was like,
And
yep.
you're like, I don't care. This doesn't make me feel any better, and you might imagine that I'm more anxious
Okay.
than I've been in a while.
Okay.
We got to figure out. Listen, we have an opportunity to destroy what's binding Malith, and then after that, my God, from that dirty Sanguilis. I was not listening.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done anything as important as this, and I'm very concerned that things are going to go awry we could be right on the cusp of solving so many problems for me.
Right. And they almost certainly will go awry. I haven't seen anything to do with your god or gods or fake gods that has gone smoothly.
No, and that's what the Sanguilith wants. That's what it enjoys.
Chaos?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Well,
big ball of chaos that it can put in its mouth.
okay. So you think there's something that we can do?
Oh, I know there's something we can do.
What?
This Vistani ritual has the power to reset, to remove Malith from her prison,
Okay.
as long as we follow the ritual
Okay.
appropriately.
Okay.
Then
Sounds easy.
it's been done before, it will happen again.
Seems fine.
That's it.
What do we got to do?
I mean, it's modeled after a traditional wedding.
Oof.
We have the rings.
Okay.
I even have the location where the seed of Myliki and Malith entered Walnut and I.
Oh, sure.
If we return there,
Right.
we can. It's gonna do the thing it's supposed to do. It's
Okay.
too many words to describe it.
I mean, I've heard marriage proposals up and down my whole life, some aimed at me, some not. And this is definitely the most original one. Do you think she's going to say yes? I mean, I'm pulling for you, but
It's not important.
okay.
Also, I'm not involved. If Malith were still within me, yes, I would be there at that altar.
Okay. Oh, I see.
But now Brahma carries it.
I see where this is going.
That's the wedding. And we have to make sure it goes off without a hitch. I mean, there has to be a hitch. The hitching that's the wedding part.
Yeah, that's one hitch.
That's the one hitch that's critical to the entire thing.
Okay. Well, can't say I'm a big fan of that idea, but if it's going to free some gods or whatever, I guess it's the right move.
This is the most important thing you've ever been a part of. Any and all of us have ever been a part of.
Well, one time I served an 18-course meal, so I beg to disagree on that
Just
one.
last night, I was.
In the words of an acclaimed drow poet, that don't impress me much.
Oh boy.
Have you ever been filled from both sides?
By piety,
Sure.
perhaps.
I don't authorize this.
I do.
All right. So, what do you need from me?
I need you to just be on the same page, so long as we understand what needs to happen.
I definitely don't, but I'm with you.
As has been echoed by so many. That's all I need to work with.
You have my staff and my begrudging acceptance that this ritual has to happen. As long as it's not legal and as long as they get a prenup, I do not trust that woman.
That's the best part, is that they can absolutely do that because none of that is part of the ritual. And I don't think it will interfere with it.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
The marriage is trivial. Like it's a formality.
The love component.
Yeah.
Tough that out.
Yeah.
What's important is the rings are where they need to be,
They're in
and the
that
correct
circle.
words get said.
Yep.
That's when God pays attention. Nothing else is important.
And that is what Kathris believes. Like, it has to be the exact ritual in the exact right space.
I think-
Otherwise,
That's
no
what
one's
Chris
listening.
believes.
That's also what Chris believes.
I think what I believe, Rosie, is that when we're talking about gods that are so like mortals in these ways, then yes, absolutely, that is what's important to them.
Mm-hmm.
I
Doesn't
don't
that
think
disappoint you?
it does so much, but I don't think we have an alternative. I'm not smart enough to think of a better way. I'm only smart enough to know that there has to be one.
Now, hear me out. Why not just leave the gods locked up?
You see Walnut whistling while she's turning the rabbit on the spit, like just thinking about how happy she's going to be when her god gets set free and her purpose is finally set in motion.
Just postulating, it solves a lot of our problems.
Do you worship any gods? Do you like any gods? We've never gone into it.
Yeah, no. I've had run-ins, but I wouldn't call it worship or even prayer. It's more of a like, you're doing your own thing, and then a god appears, and you're like, ugh, this again. That's my religion. That's my approach to gods.
Same, but I found one that I liked a lot. Who was consumed by a really bad one.
Sure.
A really trashy garbage one.
Right.
And if it is permitted to continue to eat, then that will be the only god that anybody can worship.
Well, it makes things simpler.
That's true. I need to think about this.
You're making a good case.
No.
I'm just messing with you. We'll
No.
do your thing. I'm just kidding. He sounds great.
I can't right now with you. I cannot.
Is coriander, when you set up camp, does coriander remain hitched up? Do you rope her up somewhere else to a tree, or?
No, I think she probably just gets to roam around. At least up until this point, she's kept close to the fire, so I've let her like munch whatever.
Yeah.
But we've done the cartographizing so frequently. We haven't camped in a while, so it's been
It's highly novel.
Yes, this certainly since her most recent transformation, this is a new experience. But tentatively, Rosie has let her off.
Absolutely, but she's not going far, obviously, but she is an indiscriminate diner. All like rocks, whole rocks, parts of a stump.
Nice.
Right. For a brief period, she thinks that a squirrel might be novel.
And?
Cannot catch the squirrel.
It's always a way.
The last thing that she eats is a book.
How do I know that?
Because you can see like the little edge of paper sticking out.
Okay.
And you're like, that's odd. And then it goes,
Okay. So I don't see what book it was.
no, he's eaten some kind of volume.
That's probably not important.
Probably is a naturally occurring forest book.
Thanks, Donaar.
Common
Thanks, bud.
to these parts.
Cool. Cool.
All right, now,
Everything happens for a reason, they say.
so Cathris, is there anything, what remains, do you think? What do you need to pull together in order to process this mystic engine, to create this divine vacuum that you can use to sort of cat's paw Malith out of the Sangolith?
I have all the information I need, but what we need is expertise. That I do not have. I have never done this before. I am probably insufficient. I'm not going to carry the kind of weight that these forces are going to want to pay attention to. We need someone of that world.
That caliber.
We need somebody who's got more reach than any of us.
Someone with a cool rod and a hat.
They can have that if they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they want to bring those, that's cool. As long as they're not distracting. As long as they do the job, they can wear whatever they want. No dress code.
Or not wear.
Or not.
Whatever they don't want.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Something to consider. As the party rolls back into Red Larch, let's see, I'm trying to think of where this is from. From the North Road.
Yeah.
Quick nighttime ride maybe through West Bridge. But as you come back into the town and situate Coriander in the carriage house, things are much as you remember them, only with the addition of Auspicia and her mother have returned from their previous trip. And Auspicia doesn't seem worse for wear, but you do notice that she has an adornment that she had not worn previously, which is a single gold earring on her right ear.
I don't notice this.
Yeah.
Because the whole ride back, I was thinking about how I think my knife is light. I think I'm missing. And it's gonna drive me crazy. We barely even got started on any of this, and already something's gone wrong. I gotta go in my knife.
You're gonna try to figure out what it was?
And see what went wrong.
Have you made a complete inventory?
Not only by weight, only by feel.
Have you ever
not
taken
indexed
anything?
all the what?
You never taken out anything out of
I've
the
only
knife?
taken out one book, the Book of Unity that I gave to Carver Gall. I took that out, and I felt the difference.
Accounting
That's
for
the
it.
first time I noticed that something felt different, but that was okay because I was aware of it. And I'm asking
Do you take
Donaar.
pictures for like insurance reasons or
And I
nothing?
don't. That's not. We don't have that
Oh, right.
in the Underdark. No photography.
Specifically in the Underdark. No photography, please.
No flash, it would kill you. The flash would kill everybody.
It's like a weapon of mass destruction.
Boy, that does make it easy.
One
does.
flash.
Nillian.
They need night sight.
That's what the EPA had. Just a selfie cam.
On the stick.
Oh my god.
I feel like the Nemesis are just overkill.
Yeah.
I built this thing, the seed. Let's use that. Yeah, but we're making great progress with this bulb.
It's Polaroid.
All right.
So do you go in? Do you investigate?
I'll go into the knife, and I can already tell you that. I mean, I have no idea what could be gone. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a library.
I just know that it's wrong. Yeah. And I don't think I have time to chase this thing down. It's like, if you always wear a watch and then you forget it one day and then you just feel weird all day.
Well, no, yeah, it's like this. For some reason, that part of your wrist is just greasier.
Yeah.
What?
And it has no information for me.
Oh,
and it
zero.
pisses me off. Bones. Thanks.
Thanks.
I got it. That's why I bought a watch. I don't think about that.
It's lesser. But
Yeah.
is there anyone that either of you contacts, knowing what needs to be done next? What's your battle plan, order of operations?
Well, you probably have the most efficient method of contact.
That's true. I think the most important thing would be to Omen is aware of this. How much of this is he aware of?
Well, any job that you take, he's aware of.
Yeah.
And he has expressed a unique interest in this particular team, probably because it's situated at his mom's house.
Yeah, I would assume he's well aware of or just like the top line of everybody's deal.
Yeah.
So I would send a message and say that we need resources. We require additional assistance in the arcane.
Is this one of these?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a message.
Yeah,
At distance. Yeah.
Yeah, but the answer comes back swiftly. It says, "This sounds important. Otherwise, I would have sent Jim." I will be sending a note to Strix, and hopefully she is available. It can be difficult to tell.
That'll be good.
Fair.
So Strix, it's entirely possible, at least the other times I have been familiar with Strix's whereabouts, she has been in the kitchen manufacturing pies of novel constituent ingredients.
Yeah, and the house, our manor in Troll Skull Alley is always
Manor.
in some form of
disrepair.
disrepair. Yeah.
It's in a constant. It's like the ship of Theseus. It's like in a constant state of continuous piecemeal repair.
Yeah. And she just opened the chicken foot coven, So there's now people coming in and buying pies. They have a bar. Like it's an actual like.
Oh, it's actually kind of
It's functional.
You're making money.
Yeah, well, it's functional.
I like
Yes.
it. Well, you begin to feel a persistent itch
Uh-oh.
on your scalp, and this time you don't think it's an insect
Okay.
or a rat or bird.
Usually I would ignore it, but I'll take my hat off. Be like, oh, there's what there is, and just open the.
Yeah, you've seen this hand and this livery on the documentation before.
Quick look to make sure Diev or Evelyn aren't around. Just
Yeah. Take a quick peek. There's a lengthy, wholly unnecessary preamble.
she's like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
You feel confident that this portion can be reasonably skipped without personal harm.
Yeah.
But there is a request that you assist one qouccw Draub. Yeah, exactly. By page 3, you see a single paragraph that says, in other news, it would be marvelous. And there's a few what he thinks must be subtle mentions of Evelyn.
They're super obvious.
Oh, it is fully
Cool.
100% clear what's happening. Jumps off of the page and runs away.
Yeah.
Level of obviousness.
She looks when she reaches those. She looks to see if Paulton's around.
Yeah, exactly.
she's up against a corner reading it like
Yeah,
this. Like when you're trying to not have
dude,
see your phone. Like
this
she's
is,
like.
this is gonna end with you in a cupboard.
Yeah, actually, she has a panic cupboard. She's now in there reading it.
Yeah, exactly.
By her lantern staff, just like. Ugh.
And he requests that you assist a franchisee of Acquisitions Incorporated that you are already familiar with, Mr. qouccw Draub,
All right.
a warlock, with a matter of arcane ritual touching on Vistani
And I remember
philosophy.
this. I remember this very vividly, and I'm like, oh. No.
Yeah, exactly. but you also know that will bring you closer to the rings.
Yes.
And that this is exactly, indeed, last time you were on the game, to be meta for a moment, or mentioned, was when Dieth was actually sitting right there, as I recall, and he basically negotiated to get the rings back.
Yes.
And it sounds like we may be arriving at that time.
Yes. And I also am like, I can visit my grandma. And she gets excited for a second, and she'll just crumple the letter up and just stuff it back into her hat. It just says "okay" in green ink, and she stuffs it back in the hat, and then she just puts it on, and she turns into rats and sneaks out of the manor.
Flows out.
Well, first she makes sure that there's some people to make the pies. Be like, I'm gonna be gone for a bit, so just keep making the pies. And then maybe there's a kobold. And there's we have a bunch of new coven members, and she's taught them how. So it'll be a disaster, but she leaves anyway.
You got to go full Fantasia on this shit.
That's true.
You got to have brooms making.
I do
this
have
stuff.
animate object, so I'll animate a couple of brooms to clean up after them.
Nice.
Too. Yeah.
This is amazing.
One broom has a hat and a cloak draped over it, so they don't think I've left. So it's just a broom with the hat, and just sleeping.
Yeah, you observe your handiwork.
Yeah, as usual, Dieth and Paulton will come in and start talking to it for hours and then just leave.
Exactly. So you, it's very, very easy. It's the height of convenience, really, to secure northward travel on any cart.
As rats?
My goodness. A profundity of savings.
Cool. Oh, God, yeah. That's my plan.
Find a nice grain truck heading north on the long road.
Yeah.
Omen's gotta love that. No travel expenses?
Oh, yeah.
Halfway
He's not paying these back.
No. Halfway through, Azrat, she's like, I have a broom. And she just turns back into herself and gets on her broom and flies there.
You're gorged on sweet grain.
Yeah, she had a great time, but then she was like, wait, this isn't that fast. And gets on her broom and flies there.
Absolutely. So when you arrive, this mode of travel is not common here. Red Larch is a small town that has begun to think of itself as a player on the global stage, but that may not be 100% true. So the
Seattle.
Yeah, exactly.
Aww.
Spokane. So people definitely notice the broom draws attention.
Yeah.
There's a few children that are sort of like snatched and brought out of the road.
Well, she was ready for this, and she's just like, "Don't worry, I have snacks." And she just throws like some cookies on the ground for the kids, like expecting them to just mob the cookies.
Children move out, but they're quickly snatched by the sleeve or the neck of the shirt, and you see the most industrious, most regimented squirrels you have ever seen moving in on these treats, and then immediately just bursting like a firework in all directions.
She's like, "Okay."
We have
Hungry.
a really militant squirrel population.
Yeah, hungry, very hungry.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah.
But you can see the drawn courtier. You had an adventure, the very last adventure you've had here. Well, I guess that'll come up in the podcast.
Yes, it's not out yet.
It's not out yet, but there is an adventure that does involve the.
So I've been here.
Drawn courtier itself, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, this time it seems in better shape. So like walks up to the door. We were here as well when the Mercy Killer showed up. Well, I wasn't there, but Evelyn was there. Evelyn and Paulton were there.
Absolutely, you have certainly heard stories about this place and the sort of snacks.
I have heard about the snacks.
That might
so
be
I
offered.
like knock on the door and like I'm peeking through the window, so like just pressing my face against it.
So you press your face against it, and then there is a cat, a black cat with blue eyes, pressing its face against the window at you. And you can, it's like, you can't hear it through the glass, but there is you can see the mouth just like opening in the meow.
It's like steaming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, hi, kitty." You just hear, "Hi, kitty. Good kitty. Please don't bite me, kitty."
It's holding up its side of the conversation on the other side of the glass.
Yeah. "Kitty, I'm supposed to be here. I need to get in. Yeah. Come on, kitty."
You see a woman with curly blonde hair, about shoulder length, come over and pick the cat up underneath and bring the cat into her chest. And then she directs you toward the door.
I'll open the door and be like, "I didn't realize it was unlocked. I'm sorry. This was just a pantomime act, I guess. How's it? Hi, I'm Strix. Hello.
Strix.
Yes, hi."
She says, "Hi. We keep the door open so that people can come in."
Oh. We do that too, but we don't want people to come in.
Oh, we need them to come in.
That's fair. I should use that for my business.
It's our whole business.
That's such a better idea. She like genuinely thinks for a second, like, "Oh, maybe we should just let more people in."
It's worked for us. It's worked for us the whole time. Are you here to see somebody?
Yeah. So I got a letter from Omen about helping Cthulhu. Probably was something that involved just the universe ending last time.
Oh, she says, Omen's my brother. You're looking for Cthulhu?
Yeah. Oh, hello, Omen's sister.
Yeah, Auspicia. She reaches out.
And she like shakes like.
She's able to. She gets like your ring finger like out of the claw and just does her best.
Yeah, just like that. There's like robes, it's like hanging off.
Does her best to interact with that.
Yeah.
From the kitchen, you hear, "Hey, do I hear a?" And like the door opens, but you can't see anybody because she's too small. She's behind the bar. So you just
You see the door squeak.
The door opens and then around the bar, she's like, "Strix feasting her."
Oh, and she's like, "It's my grandma! Give me a hug!" And she like
Big hug,
good,
instant hug,
good. So
jumping hug.
just like is crouched on the floor, just giving her like a crab grab.
Yeah. Rosie immediately starts in with like family news updates. And
Strix is like, "I don't know who these people are or these people.
Nope.
I don't know who they are. That person hasn't tried to kill me."
Yeah, hopefully they won't. But she says she rattles off some quick news, and then she also she's like, "And you would not believe the amount of mail that you've gotten." And she like reaches behind the bar, and there's this huge pile of mail that is in like these like a lot of black envelopes.
Mail?
Clearly meant for.
What's mail?
Oh, sweetheart. So much to teach you.
Is it come in my hat?
That's a different kind of mail. This one just comes from people. This one.
Whoosh!
So she's got tons of letters, care packages, like baked goods. She sees a package that's like clearly contains an obvious pile of gemstones. She's like, oh, nope, don't take that one.
That one's for me.
That one's for me. But she's just like, yeah, this is from the family.
What?
Welcome.
Oh wow! She's like, she pours on the ground. She just starts like digging through, like eating the pastries, and just like
Yes.
finding things,
Eating
and
the
just
mail.
being like, a dead rat! Oh boy, this is the best!
I did tell them what you liked, so I hope you enjoy it.
Chicken feet, like hair, just
Yes.
digging through it.
And Rosie is looking on her with such pride.
Oh, that's
very,
great.
very maternally proud as you destroy this pile.
Yeah, and she looks back to Rosie, and she's just like, I don't need to kill anyone, right? You don't need that, right?
Just define any one. Does that count gods?
I mean, we met one of those.
Yeah.
I didn't like him.
Would you kill him?
I don't want to say yes or no because I feel like he's always listening to me.
Only if you say the correct words in the correct order.
She's
That's what
cries
I
a little.
So yeah, there's just Rosie sitting at on a bar stool, just like beaming while this goes on.
I'm sorry I haven't sent you a letter. I opened up my own bakery. It's going well.
That's wonderful.
But it's the house keeps blowing up and the hag showed up. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. But, you know.
Oh, I love hags.
It's just like stuffing pastries. We're like,
Well, it's like any mom. It's like they try to find the best spin on things, and it's just like a hags. Oh,
They can be very nice.
yeah, I think she wanted to eat us. But, you know, I don't know.
Oh, they can be very awful too.
But everyone else is good, I think. We saw a therapist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it went really bad.
Well, therapy is a very positive and proactive thing that you can do for your mental health on today, Mental Health World
Exactly.
Appreciation Day.
Strix is still going to the therapist.
Good.
No one else is. Strix is still going.
Probably for the best.
it's a regular thing. You hear a thoroughly, indeed, everyone else in the Drawn and Courtier hears a thoroughly distinctive voice squeaking down in the front room.
Yeah, I'm gonna run down there. Let me see. How do I want to play this? So I charge up to you, Strix. I just go, thank you for coming, Vistani.
I've got my mouth is filled with like snacks from people that have sent me snacks. And I'm,
No, Vistani.
just like, I mean, I don't. When that happened, I was not aware of what was happening. Does that make sense?
Yes,
I'm not aware of a lot of things.
yes,
That makes sense.
resonates
So,
powerfully.
so when that happened, I might be able to remember it, but I don't know exactly how it happened. Except for
I have the opposite problem. I know what happened. I just don't remember it.
What?
Yeah.
I don't.
Together we contain all knowledge.
All right. She just like looks at the mail. She's like, I like getting mail more than whatever this is, but okay. I will help you with whatever you need.
Oh, wait, yeah. Where are you, Walnut?
Where's Manette?
Yeah. Why is everyone planning a wedding and a ritual and Strix is here?
Well, here's the thing. So I think in the before I came down,
She hasn't been told.
just-
No, exactly. No, and then Brahma follows you down from the room and says, "What?"
No, yeah, when you start talking about Vistani rituals and stuff, yeah, so Walnut comes down from the room,
Okay.
and Walnut goes, why is Strix here?
Hi.
Hi, hello, esteemed member of Acquisitions Incorporated. We are so happy to host you here at the Drawn and Courtier.
I'm a what?
Yes. I've heard so much about your exploits with Omen.
She opened a bakery.
I opened a bakery.
That is so
You should come
great.
get a pie.
Not really my thing, but thank you for the invitation.
It was that owlbear pie incident.
Please don't remind me.
Why,
Cries a little.
why is Strix here?
That I actually don't know.
may we have a word?
This should be good.
Yes. Sure.
Does anybody attempt to follow? Yeah. Is there like a secluded zone?
I'm following you with my ears.
Yeah.
No, not
Brahma
permitted.
looks at you like, "Should I come with you?" Like it's very clearly a choice.
You can if you want to.
He's shaking his head. And I look at Brahma and I go, no, I can handle him.
Okay.
And I go, all right, what is it? Let's go into the corner.
Okay.
And we'll go maybe there's this stage, but maybe there's a little curtained off area by there or something like that.
Yeah. There'd be a region to the right of the stove that's sort of out of earshot.
Okay. And I go, yes. What?
And I brought some of my notes from inside the knife, and I say, Maliki, we have the means to free Malith.
Oh,
We can do it. It can be done.
that's great. That's great news.
That's why Strix is here.
Oh.
I needed somebody with more arcane connection to the Vistani than I possess.
Oh, so she can do it.
Not sure if she can do it alone, but she will be invaluable, as none of us are experienced in these transplanar processes.
What?
It's the rings. It's these rings.
Oh, these rings?
Yes, they were forged as part of a Vistani ritual. They only look like wedding rings. I don't know why anybody would actually use them for that when they can undo gods.
Okay. I'm following you.
All we have to do is perform the Vistani ritual, which, on its surface looks exactly like a wedding.
Okay. Okay.
And then Malith will be freed from the Sanguilith and followed, then we can seek the and we might be able to undo the Sanguilith entirely.
Okay. Who's getting married?
The requirement is that it's like a tether.
Okay. Okay, all right.
Malith is trapped within the Sanguilith,
Yeah, I know.
but a component of her is in Brahma.
Right.
Using the strength of Maliki,
Okay.
the fragment of who is in you,
Oh no.
we can essentially pull that taut like a fishing line and get Malith out of there.
But what are our other options?
There are none, as far as I know.
Maintain.
And I'd be happy to determine that. I really feel like that there are none.
You can feel Brahma's eyes on you. Mm-hmm. You think that she is used to overhearing conversations very well. And she's sort of at the top of the banister looking down with a completely incalculable expression.
Walnut breaks out in a cold sweat and goes, yeah,
You have the ring, right?
yeah.
That's why I think you're sweating. You still have it.
No, I have it.
Okay.
I have it. I just don't think that this is a good time for this ritual for me and for Brahma.
Time. That's fine. The
Time
gods,
is a construct anyway.
the gods operate on a null geodesic and are unaware of time. So it's okay if it's a bad time for you, but for them, now is always the right time.
There's. I'm telling you, I don't want to get married.
Who does? It only has to follow the ritual. That's all.
So you're telling me that to free my god, I have to do a sham wedding
Well, you have to believe
with
it.
Brahma. So I have to believe it. So it's not a sham wedding, so it is real.
You hear from the other room, you don't have to. I mean, I was tricked into it. It's fine.
Okay, so everyone can hear what I'm saying.
So it's broken down. Operational security is broken down around this. It's like little pictures, is that what it is? It's like ears everywhere are receiving data.
So I go.
Okay.
Because now the voice is rising, right?
I go. The only person I didn't want to hear this yet was Brahma. That was my concern.
Walnut is saying, so does it or does it not have to be for real?
I think that the specifics of that would be a question for someone with expertise in that area, somebody of your people or of the Vistani. I don't know that this has ever been performed on people who were not also getting married.
Nope, that's what happened to me.
So she can read minds.
Sounds like I have to hide this so that you can't.
Hide the 2 fingers you're using for the mental thing. Now you're safe.
The port's open.
No, it's encryption.
Yeah.
You were never. It was always just like Morse code. So She
Yeah.
was just deciphering it.
Yeah, it's like my tell. It's like I'm sub-vocalizing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether or not it has to be a real wedding. I suspect that it does not, but I would hate to go through with it and then miss this opportunity.
Walnut is just staring at Brahma. And she says in her head, she goes, I'm feeling a lot of conflicting feelings right now. To you.
Yeah, I think what it boils down to is, do you want Myliki and Malith to be together?
Yeah, of course.
We have the means to do so.
Okay. We have to do this. Okay.
Okay.
You can,
I'll tell Brahma.
as you say that, in the planter, in front of the window, 2 birds begin to dance in a frenzied way. The moment upon your agreement, they are like touching wingtips. They're into it.
It's a big deal in the
Kid
bird
and
world.
play
Yeah.
dance. Where they're like,
I think those birds are sick.
oh yeah.
They are. Sick in the head.
They immediately take off.
Oh.
Whoa.
Can they read our minds?
Why? This has never happened before.
This has never happened to me.
I'm so sad.
So many mind readers in this place.
So I'll go and fill Brahma in on the details about what he just said.
As you come up, like she clearly does not want to have a public discussion
I don't wanna
about
have a
this.
public
Like
discussion either.
she just
Ever.
melts back through the door to your bedroom and opens up the window and crawls out to sit on the roof.
That's our usual spot, so I'll go out there as well.
She sits down. Her lute is just over her lap with its hidden blades folded into itself.
And I say, Brahma, I'm about to ask you for a huge favor.
She does not respond.
Okay. And I say, my God, my gods, one that dwells within me and one that dwells within you, are meant to be together. One is trapped in a prison, and the only way to free her so that the 2 of them can be together is for us, it turns out, to perform a ritual that just so happens to be a wedding that may or may not have to be for real.
She says, but is it?
And Walnut says, I don't know.
I want you to know.
Oh shit.
Man. Walnut says,
She's like, she says, look, and she reaches her hand over and takes your hand and puts it on her knee
okay,
and says, you can answer me then.
okay. Meanwhile, what are y'all doing?
Dungeons and Dragons is a cool game.
Donaar, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Come back. I'm just downstairs talking to Strix. Like, pies, huh?
Yeah.
Got doing pies now?
I mean, yeah, I was always doing pies. I don't know. I mean, you're just making. People like my pies.
That's cool. Did you bring any pies?
No. I could make
Then he
some.
walks away.
I thought you were trying to sign her for the Yum Yum Hut.
You want to secure it exclusively.
Scrounging for food.
Walks away.
There are those bags of like baked goods from the Beastnigger
Yeah.
family that she has busted into. So
Yeah,
there's
you can have some of
probably
those. I'm
something
like,
in
I didn't
And then
make
he walks
these.
back.
Like, I didn't make these, but like they're good. Some are okay. But
there. Yeah,
most were good.
they're middle. They heard you were an appreciator of baked goods. and
Yeah.
So I think there were some efforts taken. But these are good. She points to this like burlap sack full of what is essentially powdered donut holes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
You can have these.
And he just yoinks them up and just starts wolfing them down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, thanks for your help with those demons last time. That was great.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Really appreciate it. Didn't want the multiverse to end,
Rosie is like laughing and like, haha, yeah, but her eyes are, they just like keep returning to Walnut's door. Like, oh, yeah. Wonder what's going on up there. Maybe we should go check on them. Shouldn't we? I think we should. Shouldn't we? I think we should.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
I don't know.
I think it's a matter for them to figure out.
Oh, I got you. I got.
Do you?
She picks your hand up and puts it on her cheek. And you can hear just almost just in the vibration of the house, just a voice and a language. It just comes from the very movement of the earth. And it says, daughter, we would speak.
Uh-oh. Walnut says, uh-oh.
All that is very popular today.
No, she drops her hand down. She says, what?
You didn't hear that? Uh-oh.
You're what?
Walnut thinks this could only be Nilan. Walnut says, I think I have to go talk to someone. I will be back. Sorry, this is not the best timing.
Yeah, as you get up to leave, behind you can hear her just tuning the lute, like holding it to her ear and then dropping it down and then tuning it, like singing the middle C and tuning the rest of the guitar from that.
I go downstairs and I go to Strix and qouccw and I say, I believe I've been summoned by my grove keeper, who is the most ancient of my people. You said that someone of my people might have some knowledge of this ritual, and you have knowledge of the Vistani. Would you come with me to meet with her?
I mean, whatever you need, that's why I'm here. I mean, I think I get paid. I don't know. But yeah.
No, we're all on the clock, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Walnut says, and the rest of you can come if you want.
Rosie's already out the door.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She's waiting.
She's like, Strix is like, Grandma, come back.
Yeah, we need a chaperone.
Exactly.
Donaar, are you coming?
Yeah.
Okay, he's just eating all the
Just
food.
eating.
Yeah.
What are we?
So we'll
it's a
set off
snack
for the
run.
grove.
What is
Yeah,
this?
exactly. Chips.
Yes.
We'll set off for the grove.
Yeah, so you set off for the grove, and it was easier before.
Okay.
The wood was substantially less dense.
Uh-oh.
But this has become the path up to the Nemazir and Nilan's seat in this grove is dense and old feeling, like primeval in its sense and creatures. Yeah, I mean, you think that this is just old. It's like when you pull up old shitty carpet and then there's like rich hardwood beneath.
So it's a forest that's less than a year old and it feels ancient.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just some emanation in this place.
Feel damp just
Yeah,
thinking
no,
about it.
no. And it's because, so we do this on purpose. Like it's the time all the sense memories that you have right now of like sweet leaves in a forest, like that's where we're at in the campaign as well.
Okay.
So just grab all that shit and put it to work. So, but it gets more and more dense, and then the composition of the forest begins to change. And then as the cart is finding its way through this, some of these trees bow to the cart as it passes.
Strix waves at every single one.
The farther in you get, where do you want to? No, so if you're riding with the C team, where do you want to ride? Let me give you the basis. So inside we have Cthulhu Draub and generally speaking, a very tired Janari Prince, Donaar Blitzen. Typically, Coriander is out front as the engine. Rosie is up top driving, and then Walnut herself, simply the top of the cart is her preferred locale.
Oh, Strix is definitely going to sit by Rosie because the whole time she's just asking her questions. Like, so, Grandma, what does it mean when you just want to make someone happy all the time?
Oh, Rosie must love this.
Oh,
man.
for sure, because this is what Rosie's doing to Coriander constantly when we're driving this cart. So the fact that someone else is doing it to her.
She's just like asking her questions all the time.
And she has no straight answers. Every time you ask her a question, she's like, let me tell you a little story.
Oh, perfect. She's just like,
and by the time the story's over, there is no answer that has been given. But you,
so she's just like, so, I don't. She's in sit in silence for like 5 minutes, and then she's
Rosie's
like,
just got a very satisfied smile on her face, like, you'll get it. When you're old enough, you'll understand.
I'm 85.
Well, a little older than you are, so, you know.
All right.
There are, it's getting like Disney as hell up on top of this cart. So it's all along the like the bridle. There's birds.
You hear Walnut like,
Never. We're like, whoa. What?
she hates birds.
Squirrels are starting to pile up top, and they're approaching you in groups of 2 or 3, and just chittering at you nonstop, and then chittering at each other and like pointing at each other and pointing out at something in the forest.
Can I give them snacks?
Oh, they will gladly accept these snacks.
Well, they
but
like
then
run all over me.
But then when they seem like they're here doing something else, but they will definitely grab the snacks, and then once the snack is eaten entirely, then they'll resume their.
Oh, all right. I'm disappointed. I'm just like, and they don't come to me. I'm like,
They eat these nuts or whatever they might be in a very selfish way.
okay, that's rude.
There's a whole
crusts.
hierarchy. There's like the Prince of Almonds and the Prince of Cashews, and so you gotta like just be careful.
All right.
The almond prince.
Yeah.
There is a small clearing
Yes.
at the deepest point of the forest that you can see, and there's other trees that are sort of leaning in to create a kind of almost like an amphitheater in this central area, and you can see the Nemazir itself has accommodated Grovekeeper Nilayan absolutely,
Okay.
to the extent that it now looks as though it is a kind of throne.
She is so badass.
And she is seated. She is seated with her hand on the pommel of a massive blade.
Yes.
She's all ever ready
Sure.
to work, and she pays no one else any attention.
Is she sitting like in front of the red larch that Walnut grew?
And the center,
The
yes.
titular larch? Okay.
Do I get any vibes that we're in a different plane here?
You think that it's thin.
Okay.
You think that there is something here that would enable easy
like
travel.
Maybe the Feywild?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, I'll just bring my cloak closer and be
Well,
like,
yeah, and you think that might be what is creating that sense of a primeval ancient place, that it is simply closer in a literal way to like the founding imagery
Right.
of a wood.
All right, so I'll like crane over or like look back in the window of the wagon, and I'll be like, "Hey, Cathris, hey, just so you know, so this place is like probably on the cusp of the Feywild, the different plane. Just so you know." And then she'll like stick her head back out.
Absolutely.
Have her around all the time.
Exactly.
I would never think to ask that question. Walnut would be like, "This is a cool forest."
Yeah, so there might be like a lot of like really bad things here. Like really bad. Like I spent a lot of time in the Feywild with Baba Yaga, who I also call my grandmother. But you're my new grandmother, so I hope you don't get in a fight.
an
That would
upgrade.
be bad. But yeah.
Rosie's like not haunches.
Hackles.
Hackles, right? Her haunches raised like
Whoa.
her haunches come out. Battle haunch.
To play.
And she's like, Baba Yaga, huh?
Please don't say the name loud. We're near the Feywild. I'm just giving you information because that's where we are.
Nillian extends her hand to you.
Oh, I jump off the cart and bow to her.
She says, "Your daughters have told me of their workings at the site of the cursed city of Nemazir. Their work continues apace."
Good. I'm proud.
She says, "Is there anything you would have me know? Anything that perhaps I should have been informed of?"
Can't think of anything.
Anything you should be informed of?
"There are two of us, daughter, and if there are to be three, I would know."
What do you mean? Walnut's completely lost.
She crinkles her eyebrows at you and stands up to her full height. She says, "When we join in the hand fasting, our partners become of the enclave.
Oh.
If you are proposing what I have heard you are proposing without my involvement,
I see.
it matters to me.
I see.
I understand that you are a young woman.
Well, old enough. Walnut stiffens up a little bit.
You can hear like branches and bark and trees like all creaking to get away a little bit.
Walnut knows that maybe she did something wrong, but she's holding it. She's like standing up. It's like standing up to your mom for the first time, and then she knows she done wrong.
Yeah.
She done it now.
Then she looks down and she can't bring herself to be fully angry, and then she just says, "Green sap."
That hits her. That hits her a little bit.
She says, "Who?"
That would be Brahma.
More?
Brahma Ludier. She works at the Drawn and Courtier, the place
A
that you came
barmaid?
from.
I was going to say.
A bard of great
A
renown.
bard? We're getting closer to someone I might consider.
She's a warrior.
She's a woman.
Yes. Well,
Can we hear this?
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, Strix is already really close with her staff. She's like, whoa.
I'm sorry. Can I just?
and Walnut's like, ooh, bad time, bud.
She is a container for a goddess.
Oh, Walnut says, yes, of course. As Maliki dwells in me a piece of her. Mayalike.
Everyone laughs.
That makes Walnut so embarrassed. She turns 30 shades of red. She says, now, Maleth, dwells within Brahma.
My elite.
Whoa.
Okay, my elite dwells within Brahma. And if we are to be handfasted, we can set my elite free.
Now, do you love this woman? The Enclave is at the precipice. Is this someone we can build a world around?
No pressure.
Walnut says, I love her to be sure. But I can't say for certain if she would make a good Grove member. How could I know that?
It may be that you can't. But I have a sense about these things. I will perform the wedding.
Great. I would be honored.
Who-
Brings out a piece of paper, checks off
Yeah,
something
exactly.
very discreetly.
Oh, you're doing wedding planning?
Exactly. It's like catering.
And Strix is just like, is it really a wedding? I go,
And she
hold
says,
on,
yeah, yeah.
really? Is it still? She still like doesn't think it is. She's like, I guess it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because she's like,
she says,
It's like a green card scam.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where is this to take place?
This is to take place in the forest outside of Tribor.
Oh, Guerin's slumber, no doubt.
Yes. The very same.
You can tell this is like a.
Oh, she's okay with that?
The extent to which she is willing to authorize it, just like it's like the biggest kind of praise you can get is this tiny but it just sort
it's
of
not a toilet, so.
no, exactly no. It's like this tiny thing. Like imagine that it can be unfolded like origami-like into its full size in your heart. So. She says, when shall it be?
As soon as possible.
She says, tell the birds when you know more.
Okay, I will. Thank you. And I bow to her again, and then I don't know what to do, so I just back up while still bowing, and I put my arms out, like taking everybody with me.
You like run into Strix who's behind you the whole
like
time.
trip over you.
Yeah. She takes her seat again, and then as you leave, the creatures of the forest begin to return to this central area, and they sort of present themselves in a line either to grant tribute or to have adjudications on disagreements. You can see it reminds me of the squirrels that had come to you on top of the cart. Mm-hmm. You think that they might have thought it was, maybe it's like asking mom when dad says no type thing. Mm-hmm. Like maybe they could get another judgment from you because they didn't like the first one.
No. They get nothing from me.
Exactly.
Before we
You don't want no
leave,
scrubs or screebs.
No screeps.
Rosie has actually, she didn't follow you. She's been on the cart and she has gotten her cartography supplies out, but she was patiently waiting. And as you come back, Walnut, Rosie says, could you ask her name? The forest. I just really want to get this, I really want to finish my map. And I really need the name of your forest. But you said the forests name themselves. Can you ask?
I can. I turn to the closest tree and use speak with plants. I put my hand out and touch it, and I say, forest, would you...
As you're beginning to speak, and then two massive boughs creak and hold you close to the trunk.
Tree hug.
Tree hugger.
That's so weird.
Mama says, Forrest, would you tell me your name?
Are you hungry?
much.
Yes.
Reaches over. It takes about 3 minutes. Gets a handful of apples and then just drops them on and near you.
These are
Strix
very
will
nutritious.
scuttle and take those up immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Skitter back to the wagon.
Pie mats.
Yeah,
It's
I
free.
know.
For sure.
They're free. They're free in nature. Did you know that? That's what she says. Did you know that?
I say once again, Forrest, would you tell me your name?
Let's see. It's gotta have a cool name and it has to work for the next stuff. Crucible.
Whoa. Okay. That checks off one of my quests.
Yes. And so this would be the Crucible Forest on Rosie's map? Okay. Thank you.
Donaar was also not there. Donaar was in the cart too.
What was dinner?
Because he's terrified of Elaine.
Oh, yeah, because she
killed
killed
him once.
him.
She killed him, so he's like super freaked out.
Yeah, I didn't envision that Cthulhu was outside either.
Yeah,
We
okay.
were both in the cart. I wasn't
Strix is
scared.
Oh,
But
Donaar was just like kind of peeking
yeah,
out the
she
window.
only kills men, so you're
Oh,
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strix didn't care. Now she's just holding her hands out to the trees, like,
Bless me.
like, what are you doing?
The tree says, "Daughter, is this woman a friend of the forest?"
I'd say so, yes. She's a friend of many creatures.
Yeah, so it's scoop is just pears, like juicy pears, like you make a mess just eating one.
Yeah.
Handfuls of them. You are buried in fruit.
Berries and fruit?
She's just like, oh boy, I'm gonna take this back and make pies.
Nice.
So you have
Nice.
a robust supply.
A sack of most likely
five into that.
Feywild
Yeah.
fruit. Because I lived in the Feywild for a while, so would I recognize this as being like extremely touched by this plane?
Oh yeah. These are like the they're like the
I didn't live in the nice part.
they're the platonic like versions of these fruits. They're like
shiny.
it's like the canonical
Yeah.
version of an apple.
Yeah. And I'm just as I'm like
Except you have 100 of them.
right. As I'm like eating, I'm just like, yeah, this is really close to the Feywild. Like you should really check for portals around here. I'm sure there's like a million. It's weird.
We should leave and get this underway as soon as possible.
Should make like a tree
Absolutely.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, here we go.
and root.
flourish.
And hug.
Yeah, and Hug, if you would be so kind. Cthulhu, as this is happening, as you're walking back with your staff from the top of it, Legati begins to chirp, and then slowly but surely in your mind, these chirps become
What is a boy?
a steady form of communication. And Legati says, "Father, I have hurt you before,
That's true.
and you did not cast me out."
Some would say it was an improvement.
What if I am unable to keep from hurting you? What if I am a weapon and your love for me is a weakness?
The question is, would you know when you are a weapon? Or would it be of your own accord? Or would you be inhabited by something else?
What if I agree with the command? What if to kill something is a gift to it? What if I remove weakness by killing it? And what if I gain something by killing it? Is that not my greatest purpose?
Oh, child. I also have a finite lifespan, I hope.
I hope.
And
crossed.
I've had these thoughts as well. I think that in the long game, there's much more to be gained by not doing that. However, it may be the case that in the long game, it's preferable to kill.
Father, if you were to kill me, it would be a credit to you.
In what way?
You would prove your success.
Success over one being?
Iterated over time. Who is the meat and who is the mouth? Is that not the law?
In one system of laws, yes. That is true.
Thank you.
Legati's like going through this teenage self-awareness philosophy. He's like, I've been reading a lot of Freud and Jung and
No, and Jung?
yeah, and Jung.
Are you familiar with Carl Jung?
Heard a lot of Nietzsche.
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 Father, you should seize the means of production.
I read it, so
So,
seize the meats.
Seize the meat.
seize the meats.
You heard about this cave?
It's crazy.
It's just an allegory.
You don't even know. And it's like, yeah, and if you leave it, like you don't know what's happening or something. I don't know. I read it.
On Reddit.
Yeah.
So, where do we want to take this up? Do you want to, in classic wedding planner fashion, do you want to check out the site?
Yes. We have to figure out who's going to be on the invite list. Obviously, Drebus is going to get invited.
Is that a good idea?
We gotta. Doesn't matter. It's an idea, and I'm gonna do it.
So we're brainstorming then.
We
and
need
there are no
to.
no's.
I mean, if there are, well, I'm the one who we were brainstorming alternate ideas to this crazy wedding plan, and all my ideas were total garbage then too. So Rosie's a little bit huffy about it. She's like, could have just let the gods go do what they want to do, but gotta go interfere with God stuff. So now we're gonna do this wedding right.
They're eating your stars.
That's true. We haven't talked about that connection. Like you're
I suspect that we haven't come to a good place with it. Where
Right.
it's like there's a one-to-one.
Right.
We understand, but we know it's related.
yeah, we know that there's a correspondence certainly, but we don't know what the direct correlation
Yeah,
is.
I can't believe you would do this too. If I was just talking to Legati, you'd say that maybe it's better with fewer stars. I don't know that.
I do know. The constellation is better with all the normal stars. So we should definitely. I had not put those two together, and I'm very glad that you've brought me. I'm all for it now.
All I can do is put things together. Okay, yes, Trebus can come.
Do you want to plan this wedding?
Yeah.
I said, Walnut says, all I ask is that I be uninvolved in the planning process.
Oh, that is no problem at all. Don't you worry.
Fantastic.
I do have a lot of questions for you though.
Walnut is long suffering.
It's like the opposite of a bridezilla. It's like a bride
Bride to Tokyo?
townsfolk. Yeah. Yeah.
I never know what the opposite is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You find that actually Walnut does have a lot of opinions.
Does have a lot of
Yes!
great ones, but they're delivered
be
like
involved,
sort of voce,
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I do want a cake, and it should be decorated exactly like the grove that we're in.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with any of this. That should be red though.
They should all be autumnal colors and also winter colors.
Oh yeah, autumnal and winter.
spring.
And spring.
Should be representational of all the
Summer.
seasons.
Also, yeah. Okay. All right.
Strix is like, is Omen coming to the wedding?
Is Omen coming to the wedding?
I mean, Omen will be
Well, also
invited
wants
to
to
the
know.
wedding.
I'm just saying I can't invite all of my friends if Omen is coming because I'm pretty sure there'll be a fight or another wedding. I don't know.
I don't think that's a problem actually because I currently have a contract that is unbreakable that I have to kill Omen. So if he comes, there's no.
Jeez.
All right. Well, you know what? Chug looks like none of them are coming.
We should just extend the invitation.
Yeah.
I think we'll invite him. We'll see what happens.
I'm not going to tell anyone.
Should write an invitation and then it should get lost. So then both parties are satisfied.
Oh, you mean like get lost? Like we kill Omen?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the one interpretation of what I said.
I can raise the dead now.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we just kill him and raise the dead. Does
Yeah,
that
it's no
work?
problem.
It's real quick.
Wow.
Just bring them right back. Then
Yeah.
you're done.
Let's see that quest.
Technically, fulfilled what you need to do.
Yep.
Donaar has the right idea. This is a ritual that has rules to be followed,
Manipulated.
and manipulated if necessary, but then that is it.
Yeah. Same could go for this wedding, actually. They could get married, and then immediately they're not married anymore, right? Doesn't say they have to stay married forever.
That's true. I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Yeah, we'll just do a divorce right afterward. It's no problem. We
Kill
got
them and
this.
then just resurrect them. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Could do that too.
That's what we're going to do.
The unmarriage.
Wedding, kill him, resurrect him, divorce him.
Wedding and a funeral.
A life annulment.
If you die while you're married, are you then divorced?
I think you're widowed, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
Till
Okay.
death do you part. So yes, you are.
All right, and then
It's
there
in the
you go.
contract. Dude,
All
it's in
right.
the
Here's what we do.
No, somebody already thought about this.
Marry him, kill all three of them, both of them in Omen, and then
Yeah.
we raise all three of them.
Right.
And then they're no longer married, and then
Clean slate.
you're clean slate on Omen. All right.
All right.
Just start sharpening the sword.
Rosie, like, she's all hopeful. She looks at Walnut. Walnut's shaking her head. She's like, oh, no, we can't do any of that.
Another wedding massacre. This is all I know.
This is the life. This is the life I
You're
live.
getting ready for it, but you're like, I don't want to do it again. But no, I have to. It's the best way.
I didn't choose this. It chose me. The wedding butcher.
So we should go to the location.
Yeah.
And
On
we should-
location.
we should bring everybody.
We should bring everybody.
I'll send word to Nilayan via the birds that we're gonna go, and I'm assuming she's gonna just have a magical way that she gets there.
She'll show up. Yeah, I mean, you don't gotta. You don't have to cover that.
Yeah, I don't think that she would want to come in our rinky-dink cart operation.
Yeah, that's included in the service.
Okay, fantastic.
She can almost certainly turn into something cool, or just decide that she was already there.
Strix. Strix, how many Vistani do you know who could be at the wedding? The ritual.
I mean, I know a lot because I was in Barovia for a really long time, like 50 years. So, you know, I know most of the village. I lived in Luna's Fork, which was like around one of the creepy lakes.
Might be good to have them there just to cement.
I don't
the-
go back there.
No?
No,
I'll go.
you can't. You can't go there without the help of a Vistani. So, and I know Paulton, but Paulton's I think passed out drunk, or he has been for 3 weeks or something. I don't know. He's just in a chair.
So inconvenient. All right.
Yeah,
well,
so, yeah, we needed Vistani to go get more Vistani because they're the only ones that can pass through the mist to get into Barovia and
It's catch
travel with
22.
me. Yeah. So if we know anyone that's a Vistani in this area, there might be.
Hot Vistanis in your area.
Yeah, please,
Do we know any hot local
please. You do not know any hot local
I thought we might,
Vistanis.
but I don't know who was aware of it and who wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What?
What did you just say?
Do you remember from a previous game?
No.
I don't remember who was aware if Audra was or was not. There was a little
There's an accent,
Oh, the
It was
accent.
a planar accent.
planar accent.
Yeah.
So you're having these conversations as the cart is trundling up through Tribor. Just a quick left, about halfway through this tiny cow town. Take a left, and then along that road, Guerin's Slumber is just to the south of it. And as you enter the place, there is still Cthulhu. You can still feel that there is an edge to how far into this precious holy grove you can enter. But I do need wisdom saves at 16 from all people.
Ooh,
Gosh.
that was hardy.
What?
I did
take
not
advantage.
pass.
Yeah, I'll take advantage too. Because my wisdom's flat.
Same.
Got a 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Well,
Wait, how do you,
it's
how do you
nice.
take advantage?
19.
Oh, you can
Use a-
totally take
you can
advantage
use a
right
charge.
here.
With your
Oh, I'll
charges.
use a charge too.
Feel
'cause
free
I
to
rolled
feel
really
free
bad.
to roll again.
Nice.
Hey,
I did it.
I still failed.
So
Oh, you get 2.
No,
Oh,
she,
do I?
She already rolled.
She already rolled
did.
it.
Oh, sure, you rolled once. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, you have a minus
What
on
did you
it?
just get?
No, I got 16.
16.
Oh, does that count?
16's okay.
Okay, good. Yay, I'm okay.
I got a 19. Your boy.
21.
19. Yeah.
I got
Super
a
smart.
12.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Okay, so who all used a charge?
Everybody.
No, not me.
Oh,
Not Walnut.
Oh,
Me
I
too.
did.
Did.
Donaar did. Yeah,
Okay,
we're all
perfect.
at 10.
All right, very nice. That's tasteful. So you're the only one that failed?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Distracted.
Yeah, I was distracted. I was thinking about the guest list.
yeah, yeah, you're going in there like you're checking it one more time, making sure that everything is laid out. Obviously, somebody should definitely be chosen to sort of like maintain security. You're going down the list,
Yep.
thinking about the people that you know, and what you see. But you know it's like there is someone here, like a friend of yours, that you haven't seen in a while, that spends time in this grove, and you're looking forward to seeing them. Gathered throng.
What?
Shadow Council. Mayor Labors, please you. We're going into the break. We're going to come back, and then we're going to play more Dungeons and Dragons with our friend Holly Conrad, aka Strix. Don't go nowhere. Hello. This is Jerry K. Horcrims. Welcome back to Test C Teams. When last we saw our heroes, they had entered the Holy Grove of Gueron's Slumber, where Rosie Beestinger is overjoyed to once again be meeting a good friend. And you can see him, actually, you see him first, before anyone else, in a sturdy tree that reaches high and whose limbs are substantial enough to hold him. There is a cloaked, sort of, almost like a giant, almost, with his back against it, and he appears to be carving a femur. Absent-mindedly with a knife. Now, one piece of information that should be available to all is that anyone who kicks in 5K bits to any person will receive a Yum Yum Hut menu laminated by Donaar Blitzen.
Today or tomorrow, 5K cumulative. We can track it.
Not tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. You mean the next
Or
game?
next week, sorry.
Yeah. Last two games.
This game or next week. If it's 5K cumulative, we can do a Yum Yum Hut signed by everyone.
Yep. And then we'll ship that out next week, you're saying?
Yeah.
Melissa?
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll deface it.
We'll just keep a running tally of everyone who's done 5K over the course.
Our clever bot knows how to do this. So you can see him just whittling out, and there's just like dust and splinters of bone, falling out.
Does this look like a giant femur or like a human femur?
Yeah, it's small. You don't think it's a giant femur.
Okay.
He's having fun. Maybe he's making a flute or something.
Oh, cool. Rosie, she had started to like sketch a map, of course, of the area, and she sees this cloaked giant. She goes, I didn't know you were gonna be here. What a surprise!
Yeah.
This is nice.
His mouth opens wide, and there is a bazaar of sharp teeth. And on anyone else, you would say that was a red flag,
Right.
but not on him.
No, I know him.
Not on Jerry.
No.
Jerry the Giant.
You know what I mean?
Spelled with a G.
With a G, yeah.
Yeah. What is the giant's name? Is that something Rosie knows?
No.
Okay, so it's just a charm spell. Okay. Does he laugh? Is he laughing or is he,
He's making some kind of
just going,
sound, and again, you would think, and that obviously that fetid breath
Yeah.
that's just being expelled. Again, on anybody else, it would be a bad look.
Okay, so he's roaring his bad breath at me, going, and Rosie goes, this guy, you guys are gonna love him. He's the best.
Do we see who
gosh.
she's talking to?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a blue-skinned, giant, like half-giant sort of character in a ragged cloak with yellow, sharp teeth and a raspy voice, clearly cutting a femur into some kind of flute.
How big is a half giant?
About half as big as a giant.
Oh, okay.
What? No.
That makes sense.
No, it's like, picture a giant.
Yeah, I have that.
You go down half.
I got that.
And Rosie would be like, what's that? You got a flute? Are you making a flute? Looks like a flute.
Nearly.
Nice. It's been so long since I've heard your voice. What a relief.
He says, "What brings you here?"
Oh, I'm actually here to plan a little get-together for a friend. I don't want to use the word wedding because they jack up the prices when you do that. It's a little pro tip, but a little family gathering, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you recall that this is my grove?
Of course, you would be Gueron.
Gormanon.
Some have said.
Ah, yes, very good. And this is, I assume, where you slumber. She's gathering this from just the conversation that she overheard with you and Nilhan. But it's like Gwerin's slumber is already on her little drawing.
Yeah.
Did we wake you up?
No.
Thank God.
You want to bring people here.
Yeah, some people, maybe some constructs.
How many people?
Tasteful. I don't know yet. We haven't decided. Maybe you can help us decide. About how many folks can we fit in your slumber grove?
Will you miss anyone you bring here?
Will I miss them? Ugh. No. There are some cousins, some aunts and uncles. Woo!
He looks over at Strix.
Yeah, did Strix see her walk away to this thing? Like,
Well, yeah. She's just like out in front of the group.
oh, okay. And Strix is like, Grandma, get back in the wagon. What's going on? Why are you walking out into the street?
His nostrils flare, and he looks over at Strix and just nods his head in her direction and says, "Wash your friend."
A, that's my granddaughter, and B, you wash her. You give it a shot.
I know. I actually cleaned up just a tiny bit.
See?
I did. I washed my face and my hands.
Dust bath.
Like a chinchilla.
Yeah, I opened a business. I have to be respectable. I'm the Archwitch of the Chickenfoot Coven.
There's health codes.
Waterdeep has guilds or something.
Are any of your... Are these all your friends? And how long have you known them?
Oh, yeah, these are all friends, and I would miss them.
Can I polymorph this giant?
Say, do you know this guy?
Yes. But I couldn't tell you for how long.
This doesn't seem like that far outside of Rosie
exactly.
either. So it's like, so Donaar is like a little questioning, but not really. I'm like, okay, she probably does.
knows a lot of people.
Yeah, and she gets along with a lot of people. I'm assuming this seems sort of on the up and up.
He's making me a little. It's making me a little nervous. Is that because of the blue skin? Am I a racist?
You have blue skin.
No, that's exactly what.
Yeah.
That's why it's problematic.
No, I'll tell you, blue skin, it's weird.
Can I Arcana check
You're
this?
right to think
sure.
it's weird.
Okay, I think that I have a. Well, that's a 16. I have a big dog.
That's a lot of Arcana.
Yeah, that's big Arcana.
Mama Arcana.
I know magic.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
brand.
I've heard that.
So what are you trying to figure out?
Just like if she's charmed. Because I'm just like, this giant is like talking
She's
about
charmed as
eating
hell.
us. Okay, I'm just like, Grandma, you're charmed.
Of course I am. It's my old friend. You know how long it's
You
been?
slap that trunk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over and just like pick her up and drag her away.
No.
Grandma, come on.
Oh.
No, Grandma.
He says, "Come back. We weren't done talking."
Nope. Come on, Grandma. Nope.
I have to
Nope.
legally use my entire turn to move toward him.
Nope. I'm holding you.
Up to my speed.
And she's small.
Yeah. You're small.
Am I grappled?
You're grappled,
by Strix?
yeah.
Yeah. So it is that like when you hold a dog over a bathtub and they start doing this in the air.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like keep holding you and I'm like, yeah, you're really strong. Like, ouch. Like, wow. I mean,
Yeah. I guess I could. I should try to break out of this grapple.
Well, your friend says, "Listen, what kind of party is this? A wedding?"
Yeah. Just don't tell the vendors. Just struggling.
I'm the vendor.
no,
You're the vendor.
no, Grandma. That you're talking. Nope. Polymorph. Polymorph the giant. Polymorph. Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, they
He's
have to save
unlicensed.
for a 16. What is that? I always forget. Hold on.
I don't feel charmed,
Wisdom.
but if anybody's got to dispel magic, I
actually do. I'm
use
trying to
a
read
shot
about
of that.
it. If I were.
What are you reading about it? What are you reading
just
about it
want to
with?
see whether or not it can give
Oh yeah,
you a
wisdom.
charm.
16.
Is that a tool of some kind you're using, or?
No, I have dispel magic as drow high magic.
How do you know that? How are you able to look it up?
I wouldn't have if it wasn't for D&D Beyond.
Oh my God, tell me more. I've been looking for just this sort of
It's an
thing.
incredible product.
You know what I hate? Paper.
You know what I love? Screens.
It's upside
Love
down.
to tap them.
I'm sick of looking at flat things that ain't screens.
So imagine a scenario. Imagine a dark fishing derby, where you are tugging at some force you can't entirely see, and it's right on the edge of your capability, and then just at the last second,
it pulls straight through. And what shape is this?
Oh, they're going to be
Giant
turned
going to
into just a white, poofy, silky chicken.
Very nice.
Ooh.
And I just like,
So it just in a moment.
and that was hard, and I don't like it, and I want to leave.
Exactly. In a moment, it just and then just it just.
Yeah. And I'm like, time to leave, Grandma. Come
He's
on.
not to be trusted.
Now, when he's polymorphed, does the charm break?
No.
I assume that breaks his concentration.
No, but as she's walking.
Oh,
with
your
her-
charm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So immediately I'm like, I do not know this guy. I do not know this chicken.
Can I put you down now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you. Thanks for that.
I got you, Grandma.
Somebody looking out for me.
It's okay.
Turning people into chickens.
Yo, we got catering sorted. Let's kill this chicken.
No, we don't kill the chickens.
No, that's not going to be nearly enough.
If we kill him as a chicken,
No, we're
will he
leaving.
turn into a dead giant?
I'm on the wagon. We're leaving.
Can you turn him into a giant chicken?
How
Second
about
question.
this? Cook him first, then we don't care.
If you hit him, the polymorph is broken.
But if you cook and
But what
eat
if it's
a giant,
a fatal hit? I could
not.
kill a
That's
chicken
not
in
how
one
that
hit.
works.
cook and eat a giant, not cannibalism, because none of us are giants. So
true.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right. This could feed a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All
And
right.
if it's not enough people, follow him back to his family.
Kill and eat
them
family.
Kill the whole family.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I do not appreciate being charmed.
So is this going to be part of the feast?
A giant.
This chicken?
Oh,
Yes. No.
All right.
No.
Does he have stats of a chicken? I could kill a chicken in one hit.
please don't kill the chicken. Can we just leave? Please, Grandma, don't let them kill the chicken.
How long will he be a chicken?
1 hour.
1 hour.
Oh, okay. So we got plenty of time to figure this out.
All right.
10
She
weddings.
looks like a kid who's like, she's like, Grandma, please don't kill a chicken.
Okay, I won't kill the chicken, but what about the giant?
Well, but that's if we need to leave first.
Okay.
Here's an idea. How about we just fly him pretty far away, and then we can do the ceremony, and then he will find his way back when we're done.
Yeah.
And you think that he won't come find us when we're done?
He doesn't know where we're from.
That's true. We aren't that hard to find, though.
We're from the town of Schmibblschmort.
Of course,
Canada.
Schmibblschmort is where we're from.
Canada.
Yes, and he doesn't know where it is. He couldn't find it even if he wanted to.
Not with his whole eyeballs on a map.
Yes,
Can you tell that to him in chicken?
and I do. And I say,
You hold him up.
I hold him
just
up.
like from his plump little haunch.
and I say, yeah, us, the Schmibblschmort gang,
Don't come looking for us.
don't come looking for us. And then I will use Forest Friends
Oh, will you?
to summon a bunch of turkey vultures.
To rip him to shreds.
No. And I say,
Now we feast.
I say precious cargo,
Yeah.
and I say,
Far away.
take him as the U flies, very far away.
They got an hour.
I'm watching this, and I'm just like we usually just walk away. And we could just walk away, you know. I mean, not that has really helped us at all.
We always have to worry about the revenge attacks.
Exactly.
So we're
Well,
good
we never,
here.
We never worry about those.
But to Cathrissa's point, he does have a family who are now going to come after us.
They're probably as delicious as he looks, too. So
Right now. So this is working. You think that you have access to a venue
Excellent.
where the veil is thin.
yes,
The place where these divine fragments found their way to you. We are going to skip time.
Oh,
what?
Again,
how much?
We are going to skip back to the premiere.
To where we're caught up.
Oh my God. Right now?
Exactly.
Here
Right
now?
Here and now.
How many levels do I gain?
None. So
You lose one.
the
Oh, man.
Before we do that, may I introduce one thing?
yes, of course.
I'm very concerned that this giant's going to come rolling in here and screw up before we get underway.
And the land on this.
I'm going to stay outside on the perimeter and alarm the place and keep an eye out for any interlopers
Yeah.
to ruin this important ritual for me and my god, and some other people too.
That makes sense.
And in the episode, in the wedding episode, you couldn't come in anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't want to come in.
Isn't that
Yeah,
interesting?
that's the-
Isn't that interesting?
I didn't
the
want to
time.
go in.
And I am afraid of the Nilayan, so I will stay by the food. And I won't go near the ceremony either.
It makes perfect sense.
And-
Now we all know why I was
The
afraid.
mystery of why Donaar was at the food the whole time.
And I
It's like Encyclopedia Brown over here.
I thought Drebus was going to screw it up, so I killed him, and I am animating his body in a comical way. But he's dead now.
Oh, okay.
Did you animate him vaping?
Yes.
Great.
It's part of the side effect of the spill. It's just like steam and gases.
It's his undead vapors.
Yeah. Now you may begin.
Strix.
Strix remembers that there needs to be a raven costume for this ritual to happen. So she's going to make a raven costume.
And wear it?
I mean, she's like, I guess I'm the closest thing to a Vistani here since I lived in Barovia for a while and I went through the plains and I have I don't know. I don't know. And she'll just wear this raven costume.
You passed for Vistani.
Sure, I don't know.
Does she get into it at all, or is it just like
She's
normal
just standing-
her?
She's just
but
standing,
like,
yeah, it's just normal her looking really sad, just like in this costume. I have really bad memories of this, and I'm just not in a good mood right now, and I'm really sad.
It's like you're in a second grade pageant.
Evelyn was dead, and I had to save her, and then we were secretly married by Van Richten, who's a bad person, and she's just like rambling off another bad thing that happened to her.
and it's just like it's a constant thing where any guest at the wedding who gets into a certain radius of you is latched onto, and you can tell that portion of the story, but eventually they sort of fade away, and then another person gets slotted into that.
Yeah, and then there was Asmodeus, and they were really mad, but I don't know, I just like, what does it mean when you want to make someone happy all the time? It's just like she keeps asking that to everyone.
If you have the bandwidth, I'm enthralled.
Okay, yeah. She'll walk up to Cthulhu until she just like stops talking and is like, I need a snack. And just walks away.
So it's all new. I mean, the players, of course, they might recall this from the premiere of this season, but it would be my great pleasure to invite you into it, Strix. So you can see that the ritual is being executed and emphasized different parts of it. So you can see like the baseline essentially from the Vistani ritual underpinning all of this. And even out at the edge of the grove, you can see Cthulhu in deep concentration. There is a point where the sun is beginning to set just over the hills, and Nilayan commands it to stay.
Get that golden hour light.
I'm not okay with that. I'm just like, I looked at Cthulhu and I'm like, is she a power? Is that a god?
Even the sun is a lie.
Is that a god? Is that a god? Do you know?
Probably.
I like that that's what you take that from.
I'm worried about that. I don't like being in proximity to powers because they tend to cause problems,
Yeah.
like big ones.
It's like, and it's effortless. You have to consider the idea, but by the same token, she's constantly invoking gods. So you think that she may just be a servant,
No, I hate this.
right? And you can see her reach into a pouch, and you can see that her, as she looks back and forth and speaks, you can see that these seeds, here used in a decorative way, but they're very large seeds, sort of hanging from a headdress around the top of her head. And there's a moment where Walnut is just sort of like scanning the crowd and like looking out into the forest, like a lost child. And in that moment, you can see another woman, Brahma, you remember from the Drawn and Courtier, but substantially transformed into something epic. A suit of plate mail, but fashioned from what looks to be the epitomized versions of leaves of every genus. The description, at least from the very first episode, was the moment that fall turns into winter, I think. And that's the rest of her train. And then atop her head is a massive sort of fractal set of black horns. And when she emerges onto the scene, Walnut is able to breathe again, and these several feet of red and green silk cord are laid over and tied over the hands, and certain but loose enough to allow motion. If you would be so kind.
Goodness.
Oh boy.
Probably.
So, Donaar,
Hey.
as the words are being spoken over this cord, you hear something like a whistle. I mean, everyone's attention is focused 100% on this iteration that's occurring here. Some variant of which has existed on multiple worlds in multiple places, and you hear a whistling sound, and you think you may be the only one back here by the concessions. You look up, and you can see a like an amethyst lozenge, probably 20 feet in length, come into contact with your body.
Oh,
What? What? An amethyst lozenge?
Yes.
So like an obelisk?
Big
Like a
old cough
spear.
drop?
yeah, big old
like
cough
a
drop just fell on you.
spear
Okay.
of it come down.
It's Dungeons and Dragons. This happens a lot.
Wow.
Oh, how much
How
damage?
much damage does a cough drop do?
A lot.
A 20-foot cough drop?
It's halls.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's the same one that killed the Marilith, isn't it?
I'm in
It's
the
the
halls of medicine
The
now.
halls of medicine. Well put.
It's the one that killed the Marilith.
Yeah. So I'll give you an opportunity because you hate this thing anyway.
Ah,
You hate all this stuff.
I hate everything.
And then you just sort of turn like in your sort of floppy raven suit. Like you turn and the beat goes. Woo, woo.
And I see this thing coming down towards him, and I'm just like, oh no!
Absolutely. What I have rolled on here is 23 points.
I go, oh, mouthful of cake.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes through your shoulder
Oh,
into the ground behind you. And the cake, like this is a good sensation. Like in the mouth, there's cake, but then everything else is terrible.
I like to imagine that he had a last-second chance to try to dodge. But it was like,
This is the cake.
But-
no, he's like committed.
he was like, ah,
Right, thank you.
ouch. 23?
Exactly. I need
I'll live
initiative
forever.
from everyone.
Oh,
from everyone.
Damn it.
damn it, Walnut.
What did I do?
What a,
Getting married.
another McNulty. I love it.
What did I do?
Hey, I got a 16.
got a 20.
Dude, that's amazing.
15 for Rye Guy.
Little baby 6 over here.
5.
Hey.
I want to fight at my own wedding.
Rosie,
5?
Rosie was born to fight.
Five.
at a wedding.
What do you got?
18.
18's quite good.
Put me at the end.
Was you 20? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm 6.
And you're back here. All right.
Yeah.
No, I got less than Cathras.
Yeah. Walnut's
17.
totally left.
Yes. Right here. Okay. Rosie Beestinger.
Yeah,
He's thinking.
I was watching Donaar eat cake and just like, wow, he would really put that stuff away. And then suddenly,
Beautiful wedding, and you're just like, I can't take my eyes off this kid. This guy eating cake.
did we even make enough cake?
Joey Chestnuts over here.
Please.
Just dip it in water.
And in her mind, she's going, go, go, go. But then she sees you get smashed by this giant 20-foot lozenge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happens when you eat too much cake.
Yep. It's
That's
the
the-
tale as old as time.
The forest lodgings will get you.
Here.
You gotta watch
So,
out.
Rosie, the initial shock of this has maintained, like it has changed the tenor of the event very quickly. You see Fen immediately, shouting words that you don't recognize, and she has flipped open the leather lid on her obviator case.
She was running security.
Yeah, she is.
Great job, Fen.
She is.
Yeah, co-security.
She seems to be. You don't know whether or not to be offended by it, but she seems very happy.
Yeah, that's not great.
I'm offended by it.
Did they not say I do yet? Has this not been like finished?
Exactly.
Oh,
So Rosie, there's another spear that sails down toward the event, and you've seen what happened over here.
Oh my god.
But closer to the event, it actually screeches and shatters, and this cloud of them lands on you.
On me.
Is this like the stuff we saw the one time on that path? Remember there were those.
I don't know.
6 damage?
What are those?
What, did you roll against my AC?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it
yeah.
hit. That's
With
not in
D&D
question.
Beyond, couldn't be simpler.
Yeah.
That's not in question. All right, go ahead, Rosie Beasting.
Okay, well, Donaar, I assume, is pinned to the ground with this thing through
Or did
his
it go
shoulder?
clean through?
Yes. No, it's too long for
20
it
feet
to
long.
go all the way through.
Yeah, so now you just got this big amethyst, like, sphere? Oh, sorry,
Spear.
Okay, so if she just got lanced by some of it, but she doesn't have anything to attack, so she would go and try to help you. So she would shadow step over to Donaar and I guess try to like start to pull it out of you, like push you onto the ground and try to yank it out.
Oh, dude, that seems like a very Rosie Donaar interaction.
Yeah, so because she'd be like, stay still. And so I guess what do you want from me on that? Strength?
Yeah, I think that would be amazing.
All right, I will take
Athletics would be good too.
Okay.
If you want to get that in the mix.
I only have acrobatics. I'll take advantage because I have -1 on strength.
Okay.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Yes.
So basically, you're trying to get him down lower so that it can be removed.
Right. So here's Donaar, and then this thing is splashed through him, but I
Yeah.
want him laying down so that I can pull it out. 'cause I'm
Exactly.
small.
So you have got him down, and you can see now, just this Janari plate has just been like twisted and pushed into the meat.
Okay.
So tell me how you get this thing out of there.
Is it sharp, like the edges of it?
The edges of it are not sharp. Only
Okay.
the tips are.
Okay. So then she would
pencil.
She would wrap her little arms around the entire thing and like
Nice.
whole body weight, like with her feet against Donaar, probably try to like push against him while pulling this spear out of his body.
That's awesome. You bring it back, and the spear falls near the podium. Like it falls back near Brahma and Nilayan and Walnut.
And then drop it. Ka-chunk.
Yeah. Donaar Blitzen, so on your turn,
Yeah.
this lozenge begins to twist and squeak and shape itself
Oh no!
Oh.
into something.
Don't do that.
Something with that looks almost like an insect, like with a glimmering transparent wing,
Okay.
sharp limbs, and a whipping razor sharp tail behind it.
Is it? This is the only one. Like this is the
That
only
you can
one?
see so far.
What are my limitations on draconic entitlement things?
It has to have the sort of mind that you can communicate with. You can impress.
All right.
You have to be able to impress it.
Okay. So it can't.
What is impressive in D&D?
Yeah, this has been the theme for the last 2 seasons. I've been trying to get answers. All right. Damn. All right.
What is impressive to D&D? The force of it.
What is impressive? Why D&D? All right. I'm gonna. everyone sees an enemy now. I took a ton of damage, so I'm actually going to just heal myself for the moment. I'm going to get up, thank Rosie, and then heal myself.
Yeah. Shake it off.
Yeah. Let me do my, I'll lay on hands. Let me just get over to my, and I can lay on hands for up to 40, so I'll do the whole,
Yeah.
I'll do the whole thing. Yeah.
The full meat.
like that.
Yeah.
Running the hands all over.
So as you,
Touch myself.
yeah, exactly. So you hold your hand, like your hand can go much deeper
Yeah.
than usual, but it's almost like a can that's been opened improperly. Like the metal is actually pushed in. So you're holding this stuff out while you heal it. As soon as this thing finds its form, discovers itself, it begins to put it to work. It begins to put its claws and razor sharp tail to work on you.
On me? God damn it.
What was that, AC?
I want to eat cake, man. 18.
Okay. All right. There's one swipe with the claw, misses clean over your head. The other one rakes your chest, and then as it ducks down, the stinger pops over the top.
Ooh.
Oh, we have like the same HP.
Well, not for long.
And I'm a sorcerer. All right. Oh boy. I never get to roll dice like this.
Ugh.
This is very exciting.
I can't be poisoned, you know.
It's good for you, especially on this stinger.
I'm just saying, yeah, with that stinger. So
Oh, yeah.
mind the dice.
Yeah, so 11
All right.
for the claw. So you can't be poisoned at all.
You can take poison damage. You just can't have the condition poisoned.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, can I? Oh.
Thanks, baby wizard.
You're welcome. Sorry.
The next one is 18 points
Ugh.
plus
Good thing you healed yourself.
the initial poison. So 11, 18. Yeah, really good that you healed yourself, man. Nice work.
Being selfish paid off.
Wasn't selfish.
And then 12 points from the poison.
Ugh.
It's not selfish to save the most important member of our party.
Yeah, so it begins to
So it's like 40 total damage.
the poison begins to flow through the wound, and then just your body shuts it down.
I fart it out.
Yep.
Majestic.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Next, we have 2 more of these spears land, one directly through concessions.
Dang it.
Right through the cake
That
table.
gets Donaar the most upset. Not the cake.
And another one, and they both, as they land in the ground, begin to unfold and reconfigure themselves into these amethyst insects.
Rosie yells, "Friend of yours?" Out at you.
Avatars of its death rattle.
Dang.
Strix, there's bugs galore.
I hate it. How many people are around? Like,
A lot.
Hundreds.
okay, too many.
Huge wedding.
Do they look
Too
like
many.
beetles? What kind
5.
of bugs do they look like?
They sound like scorps.
Yeah. It's something. Imagine if a
amalgamation.
scorpion were bipedal.
Okay.
Ew.
They aren't?
Well, I'm
They're in my
gonna,
house.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast
plus
my
the others.
Yeah.
my spirit
bipedal.
guardians
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna fill the place with
to protect the crowd.
exactly, and so and you can say who is and who isn't bad.
Yeah, so that's gonna be at 5th level.
Yeah,
so
which is big damage.
They're just like there's suddenly a bunch of ghostly green spectral chickens around,
What,
just like
pecking like mad?
pecking like mad, just like.
Oh, man.
And they're really cute. They're super cute. But they're gonna protect the wedding party from these bugs, and they do 5d8 radiant damage. So
The radius.
the radius,
What's the radius of the radiant?
let's see, 15 feet. Or I say they flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. So they can be 15 feet away from Strix.
Cool.
Okay.
So she'll like position herself in the middle of all the people and
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of just protect them as in a circle.
I love it.
And I think it's at the beginning of every turn, everything takes
Gets
the damage.
screwed.
Yeah.
as long as it's what you want to be chewed
Yeah,
up.
as long as it's all the bugs, yeah. So, yeah.
Right. Walnut.
It's actually Cathris's turn.
Oh, is it?
I had a lower initiative than him.
Perfect.
Oh,
First
and
up.
an affected creature's speed is halved. In the
Yeah,
area.
because they can't navigate through the.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot too. I mean, Clarkmore was there. I remember Clarkmore was out during the wedding.
Yeah.
So,
Eating stuff.
yeah, so he's there.
So he's in the mix somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't give him an action, but yeah.
So as I, what's the lay of the land here? Like how far am I from the proceedings?
You are probably from here. You're probably 45 feet from the actual married, the happy couple.
Okay.
But you can. I mean, you have a slightly different perspective on events.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. Do I see? I want to know how these things. Do I get the sense that these are they like covered in amethyst?
Yeah, they are.
They are amethyst. Okay. And there's no mind in these things.
Not that can be perceived. They're just a will.
And Strix, you've got these spectral chickens surrounding. Like who's covered by these?
I'm trying to cover the whole wedding party to keep the bugs away. So like the chickens are like a perimeter around like the guests and
The
like,
security chickens.
Yeah, there's the like cake and everything, and then they're just like pecking around. If the bugs, I don't know if they've gotten close to us yet, but if they do, the chickens will attack them within 15 feet. And do 5d8 radiant damage.
I'm going to close the distance so that I am. Actually, 45 is pretty good.
So you're gonna enter into the space.
I would like to enter into the space.
That's
yes.
very interesting.
Yeah. I would say that I'm like compelled to be near the.
Well, I was just going
party
to say because
to protect
in
them.
your previous attempts to enter a space like this, you have been rebuffed on multiple levels,
That's true.
simply trying to arrive at it. And so, as
I will try.
But you're driven to enter that space.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, if you would be so kind.
Oh my gosh.
Ay, ay, ay.
So
A lot of menus.
yeah. So let's see. I've got
Tickets to pay.
exactly. As you go up, you can feel just your hair start to tingle on the scalp as you push through, and then as you reach a point where you physically cannot move any further, you begin to feel abraded by this field that's projected around it. You can see before you Maliki. She reaches out her hand. So there is one battle that's occurring in the prime material, and then there is another battle that you have instantiated with this partially understood ritual. And she reaches out, and as she does, this protection just melts away. And she invites you into the grove.
Oh, I accept.
Absolutely. So when you, as she invites you up, you can see even on the face of this divinity, you can see concern, because as she brings you in, you can see that Brahma is a vessel for something truly immense. And in order to bring Maleth out, there is a moment where she has to contain the entirety of it. And so, Walnut, you can see this too. She has taken a couple steps back and fallen off the back of the podium, and one of the antlers has actually snapped and broken off, and she is attempting to contain the impossible and she may not be able to do it without help. Thank you.
Yikes.
So that's your turn.
So I'm witnessing this and being able to enter. And this is where.
That's right. And so you are walking through, and you're aware that there are mortal concerns around you, but that's not your fight. Like, you are aware of the true conflict that exists here.
Do I have agency here?
Full agency.
I
What do you want to do?
I approach her, and I'm compelled to, what is your configuration, Walnut? Where are you in Brahma? Because she's now fallen to
So
the
she has
ground.
fallen out, and the handfast has sort of fallen loosely to the ground.
Okay. So I would be at her side.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm compelled to walk toward her, kneel, and take that ring hand and hold that hand, even from the forearm, and try and balance the load. I'll throw my body at it.
I love it. That is incredible. Walnut Dawngrass. There's a lot going on right now.
I see her fall over. I am immediately very concerned about this. And then I see Cathris coming over and seeming to know what to do. And I don't know what to do. The only thing I do know how to do, in this situation is to fight. And so, is there one of the?
God, but in her raiment.
Yeah, in her.
This is fucking
wedding dress.
sick.
In her wedding dress. So, is there one of the insectoids close to us?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just take a couple steps down off of this podium.
Yeah. So I'll basically.
And as you recall, Foremother would be warned during this. Like, we've already established, like, you come to this thing like you're ready to fuck people up.
Yeah, and I would. I think I want to just go after one of these amethyst insects I'm going to go close range because she is just really freaked out. And she'll take out Foremother and whisper to it.
Yeah.
And she'll say, how do you pronounce it?
Which?
What's the new way to pronounce Malith?
My elite.
My elite. She'll say, for my elite.
Nice. It
And
goes
she'll give it a
black.
slack. Oh, really?
Jet black.
That's awesome. I don't know what kind of damage it is, but
Let's find out.
okay. So let's do an attack. It's normally a +7 to hit, and I'll take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
That's
a
yummy.
16.
Can you do better?
No.
No, you can't.
Did I hit?
You do.
Huzzah! Okay, what kind of damage is it?
Go ahead and roll the damage, and then I'll tell you.
All right. 7.
Okay. So with every, like, as you slice through it, and you come in contact with the crystal, and then with effort, the blade just continues straight through it. And then as it emerges from the other side and comes down, you can see an energy flowing back to Brahma.
Ooh. Mommy like.
Absolutely. You can see Nilayan has left the podium as well.
Sure.
She is ready for the next. She is ready for the next phase of this. Mm-hmm. And then at her shoulder, you can see a tall man with impeccable features, a sharp black goatee,
No.
a red cloak, Asmodeus.
What?
And Nalayan says, Asmodeus. And he says, Grovekeeper. And she says,
I hate this asshole.
to what do we have the pleasure? And he says, I have an investment in these creatures. And from his side, the ruby rod
hate it so much.
emerges. And you can see for a time the two of them battling creatures together
What?
here at the wedding.
Coolest wedding ever.
Do I see this too?
Oh, you absolutely do.
No, I don't, because I'm on the ground covering my head.
It's like one wink.
Ching.
Yeah, and I'm just like hiding in the ground. Yeah.
Rosie Beestinger.
I see Asmodeus thing too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so which creatures is he invested in? Is he?
They have their own buggy creature.
Okay.
And there's one that was going ham on Donaar, and then there's another one in the central area.
Okay. So I want information on two people.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Drebus?
Drebus is underneath a table.
Good. Where's Strix?
Strix is on the ground.
Yeah, covering her head, and the chickens are just like pecking around her really calmly.
Yeah, finding spectral worms.
Yeah.
Okay. So neither of them are threatened. So then.
I mean, Strix looks threatened, but it's only because she's scared of Asmodeus.
Okay. Is Strix scared of Asmodeus just strictly because of the interaction that we've had?
The devil?
Or there's no additional
The
stuff?
fact that he's just like
unpack
the
that.
embodiment of evil and a power, and the interaction we had, just all of it. Like,
Yeah.
she's just...
None of it's good.
None of it's good. And she knows that, like, she's going to have to owe him for whatever happened because, like, he doesn't make deals for nothing.
Yeah. I don't know who knows if it's going to be Strix that owes the debt.
Fair.
Can say. Okay, so then the third concern would be Donaar. So Rosie uses Grandmamancy.
Grandmamancy?
Yep. And before she can even think, like, she's registered where her family is, her legal family, and then she does say, so she sees that you are taking a shitload of damage, so then she'd be like, don't you touch my boy. and then Grandmamancy. And the way that it comes out, I think that she would make like her own version of these bugs. Like a shadowy, like misty version that's like glowing black, which is not possible. But that's what's happening. And that it like rises from Donaar's shadow, like this beautiful twilight hour that we have with long shadows. So Donaar's shadow like crawls up all creepy out of the ground as like this bipedal scorpion all of a sudden. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that's what happened.
That's neat.
That's horrible.
Thanks, man.
And I don't like it.
Strix doesn't see it, though.
So Donaar Blitz in.
So Donaar has been getting the crap beat out of him. He doesn't have a lot of hit points left. And this is like a clown fiesta, right? Just like crazy happenings all over the place. So Donaar's only ever accessed Vars Malus once. And at this point, he doesn't know if it really happened, because every night when he's alone in his room, he's like praying to Vars Malus. He's like, I know you're in there.
Praying to Vars Malus.
So he's like trying to evoke it. Nothing. It's radio silence. It only ever happened once, to the point now where he's like, I don't know if it really did happen. So now he's super hurt, and he's just like trying to pleading to himself, like, I know you're in there. It's like, Vars Malus, if I'm any sort of conduit for you, like, I need your help, like all the sorts of prayers and rituals he can do. And he tries to do that again.
How many charges was it?
9.
10.
10.
Yeah.
Oh, well, does the cost go up? So in trying to do that,
Yeah.
does he do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He turns into Vars Malus?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to turn into...
Glittering dragon.
I thought this was going to go this.
Well, you can do that if you want to.
No, I wanted that to happen instead.
Then do that.
All right.
You can
I don't want him to be able to access it.
No, but you can't.
Yeah.
It's okay for him to access it.
No.
Okay, so you have a choice to make right now. What is the dopest thing?
So he tries to access it and he can't.
Okay.
So there's like a flash, like a bronze
Yes.
flash.
But in trying to access it, also in seeing the Nilayan and thinking he's going to die. I think that's rattling around his head. He turns into a werebear.
Yay!
He goes for one transformation, but he can't. I don't want to be able to access the
But he
dragon.
doesn't. Wait, so the werebear is what? Like an involuntary transformation?
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
what happens
in
when
trying
he
to get
fails
to
get
this
Mars failure?
The other
road.
thing.
Yeah.
Can that still cost 9 charges?
Uh,
I think it should.
well, it's a condition that I gave him. It's just a set of rules. But the werebear can easily heft both swords.
A dual-wielding dragonborn werebear. All right, this is a good wedding. This is a good wedding. This is a good wedding.
It's better than my IRL wedding.
Same.
Dang.
Okay, wait.
Is that what
Hold up.
That's what they sound like.
Werebear means can transform fully into a bear, but this is assuming this is some kind of weird half middle animorphs cover type transformation.
It's because he got that Vars Malus thing going on, so nothing is what it seems.
So what? You have like the body of a bear,
So
the
he's
head
like
of
a
bear.
sexy ursine furry.
No, he's
Like a
sexy as
half
hell.
bear dragon.
No, big chest.
Is there big
2
abs?
swords.
Like
There's
lot of
still
abs?
there's still some scales and there's fur coming out from under the scales. It's not they're not all fully gone.
Ah.
Yeah. And he has
Like a teen bear.
yeah, and he's
Because
got
none
like
of
a
it's quite
bear
right.
Can I use-
bear dragon head.
Can I use one of my charges
Yeah.
to enchant his swords
To
with the
bolster him?
green flame blade?
Absolutely. Yes. You know what?
Then his
Here,
swords
you know
catch
what I'll
on
do?
fire.
I'll give you. You know what?
Dual wielding
I'm gonna give you.
flaming sword.
I'm gonna give you both of them.
bear
Okay.
dragon hybrid
cool.
monster.
Does
So you cast
Asmodeus
it. Yeah, so you
leave?
cast it, and then as it burns, the flames leap to the other
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, it's sweet. What? Yeah. That's amazing.
It was stupid.
Oh my god.
The chat's going insane.
This is so very good.
All right. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to attack the shit out of
Fuck
that,
these
that
things
thing
up.
that attacked
Yeah,
me. Yeah,
let's get it.
Yeah,
You
So
beat the
it's-
shit
so
out
it's
of
just-
the out of the obelisk.
I go right for
That's it.
Asmodeus.
Yeah, in every facet, it's like this creature is being lit from within.
Nice.
Oh my god. Oh, nice.
No, go get him.
All right.
him,
What
Tyler.
do I gotta? I don't have stats from the werebear though. We had a sheet way back in the day, and
Well, I thought you kept it.
no, I
Is
thought
it
you
the
kept
same
it.
as a bear? Like
Use
his stats?
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, you
I can use D&D.
Is it a brown bear?
It saved the day.
No, werebear's different.
Werebear is a specific thing.
Its own thing.
God bless this.
Also, I
You
like-
also get an extra 2d8 fire damage on each of your swords.
Hell yeah.
Is it we are ear? Is that what I'm looking for?
No, it's where
We're ear? No, that's not it.
Look, I don't blame D&D Beyond for this.
No, that's
Mine did
Apple.
it the same.
That's Apple. It's autocorrecting.
No.
Let's just say I
But you know what
killed
though?
them.
But it's like at the same time, we
We
are
are bear. Who isn't?
Who the bear is.
All right.
Who the
We.
bear is?
We always were the bear.
The bear was in us the whole time.
There we go.
I think we're just gonna keep playing.
Yeah, no,
Listen.
there's no tabletop.
Yeah,
today.
sorry, Alyssa. The show goes on forever. You're not going home.
There he is.
There he is.
There's our sweet boy.
There's your speed bump.
at
So,
that.
show,
my God.
so show them how
He
hot
does
this
have
thing
abs.
is.
He's got abs.
He's got some
Oh,
abs.
he's got some
Here, so
abs.
put it in
He's
the tray.
packing- he's
Put it in the
packing
tray
heat.
so people can see what the fuck's going on with this
He kicks ass.
hot bear.
Look at that. Now pretend that, but also with a little dragonborn flavor.
And two.
And
cookies.
2 flaming green swords and 2
Nice.
dicks.
2 flaming dicks.
Yep.
2
Flaming
flaming
dicks.
green dicks.
No, it does not apply to the dicks.
But it
All right.
does.
Multi-attack in bear form. Make 2 claw attacks in humanoid form. Whatever. That's not that applicable.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh, in the tray. Don't forget.
Yeah. Well, he's. Well, do I need to? Am I doing bites and claws?
Here, you roll your. Yeah, yeah.
Listen.
No. You're using your swords.
No bear would hesitate. Go for it.
Yeah.
I know.
Be the bear.
All right. I'm using advantage, by the way.
Yeah, you should.
18.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much
Plus 7.
Yeah, there's no way this
Real good.
bear messes up.
25.
5 plus 5 is 50, 50, 50.
Now, he does 10 slashing, but my swords are better than that.
Oh no, your swords are way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, use your real shit.
Well, now I
Yeah,
gotta-
he just gets a great.
You gotta
axe.
open it in new tabs.
I know.
New
Gotta
tabs.
get in the habit.
Messing around with the same tab is annoying.
New tab.
Get that new tab life.
I know. I'm sorry, I'm slowing everything down. Someone make a joke. Say something. Fucking fill the dead air.
Serious
Who
as a heart
point to
attack.
him? There's
right
lots of
now.
joke makers at this table. You point to Chris.
But he's my
Stroud.
chuckle chum.
So where are the rings right now? I do have that question.
They're on Brahma.
They're on Brahma and
Okay. So they're there. They're okay.
Yeah, there's.
So they're ready to have the enchantment taken away from them so that Strix can take them back with
Exactly.
pieces of
10,
evil and
11,
soul.
12,
Okay.
22.
Yes.
22.
points.
Yeah, for one sword. Does he do it
Nice.
twice?
yeah,
Yeah, there's multi-attack.
18.
another
plus
good
seven.
hit.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 21. 22 and 21.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
I like the sound of that.
Okay. Yeah, the arm and a wing just come sheer off. That shear off on one side of it. Ed Sheeran.
Oh. I
Not
wish I
that
knew.
one.
I don't know
Not
any of
that
his
one.
songs.
No.
Yeah.
I would say his song. How to Save a Life.
Song lyric. There you go.
That's not it.
The jumper.
Wish you would.
The boxer.
All right. So we're going to move over to the enemies here. So he is going to swing. He has lost one of his claw attacks, but he's going to swing the other functional limb and miss.
Piece of garbage.
And then the stinger is 19.
To me?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm a giant bear.
You do have a lot of hit points now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of it. The idea is that he's like a super tank.
And when I come out of bear form,
Yes.
I'm fully healed
Yes.
too, right? Back up to 68. Nice. Almost 69. Crap. I have 135 hit points, so keep coming.
All right.
Just take a bite of that thing. Eat the stinger.
12 points. Yeah, exactly. 12 and then, whoa. 24 points for that poison.
It's fine.
But you feel great.
Yeah.
You feel like you just stepped out of a salon.
Yeah.
Strix, tell me more.
Okay, so whatever insects are in the range of the spectral chickens,
Start getting chewed.
yeah, get 5d8
Now,
radiant
do you want to
damage.
roll it?
Sure. Yeah, so they get 5d8, and this is concentration, so this is really the only thing I can do right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, so many d8s. So I'll just do 3 of them over here. I do. Okay. So 7,
Ooh.
7, and 8.
God.
A lot.
So 14
God.
22.
and 22. And
You're
then 2
doing
more.
werebear
Oh, and 2 said more, 14 more.
36 points of damage.
Yep.
You're doing werebear levels.
Radiant damage. So these chickens are fierce.
Oh no, exactly. And so there's a massive shearing of crystal, and then like 12 spectral chickens cluck menacingly as they jump up on this insect.
What does a menacing cluck sound like?
Can you hook
cute,
us up with a Halloween cluck?
That's what they sound. Chickens are like.
Chills up my spine.
And so they're just like leaping and flying like back leg spurs, and then just like pecking, and they just know exactly where to peck on this thing.
God.
Big cracks are starting to spider out along the surface.
It's assholes in Zelda got nothing on these chickens.
No,
True.
exactly. And so, but all of the insects are feeling the effects of this ravaging. I'm just going to use the same
Yeah.
damage. Cthulhu Drow.
And I just take also that moment to look frighteningly at Asmodeus, then
Yeah.
put my head back onto the ground.
Am I present?
He manages to flash you a quick smile.
No.
As he moves between 2 foes.
Nope.
I'm imagining I can only see the gods.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can see these other. You can see Asmodeus,
You're right. He's doing something up there.
but he is interacting with something else, and you think that he may be. There's a pantomime almost. He's doing one thing in one place, and then he is doing something else in another place.
Hate it.
I like it.
So
But
you
I'm
can
doing
see
the
him.
same
You
thing
can
in
see
both
him.
places.
Yeah, you can see him. You can see him attacking.
Right.
But you can also see him.
Protecting.
Yeah. Right. So he protect and attack, but it's like He can attack. That's a full action, but he can protect as a free action.
Can I do that now that I'm looking at these guys?
No.
And so do I have any capability? The only thing I'm doing is trying to share this charge in this moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you look down, and you don't see Brahma.
What do I see?
You see Maleth.
What kind of shape is she in?
She is dressed in some kind of very traditional raiment, like what Brahma was dressed as is clearly meant to reflect like the canonical version of Maleth.
The way that I'm standing, does she look like she's in pain? Does she look like she's struggling?
No, she looks like she's asleep.
I pull. I want to see if I can bring her to her feet.
Her eyes flutter open, and you help her to her feet, and she and Maliki embrace. And as they embrace, you see the prime material concerns in their entirety just sort of fade a little bit. Everything seems to be moving much, much slower. And you're pushed out of this place, almost as though it is demanding a privacy. Mm-hmm. And as you blink your eyes a couple times, you are standing over Brahma, who is at her feet. And you can see a spear of amethyst, like sailing down, like whistling toward her. And as it does, she reaches up her hand and catches it. Just at the tip.
Brahma does. She looks surprised having done that?
No. It looks like she's been doing it all of her life. She lets it sail, she lets it slide down a little bit until she can hold it like this. And she turns around and just smashes an insect with it.
Oh.
Nice.
And then she looks over at another insect, and Asmodeus takes a step back and bows to her. And then as she runs this way, she becomes a elk and lowers her head. And as soon as the antlers hit, there's nothing left. It's just like imagine like pouring out a pitcher of dice. It's just a bunch of chunks that fly out.
Asmodeus chunks?
No Asmodeus chunks. She twists, and you see Maleth in her true form. Green glass blades in each hand, just partition the last of the insects.
Nice.
And then Maleth looks at you, Walnut, and replaces her blades in their scabbards. And Maleth bows to you.
Oh, I am bowing
Even lower?
ever deeper, like on the ground, like forehead to the grass.
Yeah, and Nilayan is watching Maleth bow to you, and her face becomes inscrutable.
Ooh.
That is the end of our game
Oh man.
for today.
Wait, can I take the rings back? Can I get
Yeah, exactly.
Can I
Exactly.
take
Let's say from a canonical perspective,
Yes.
you're able to secure the rings so that you can bring them back to your game. We'll go into the aftermath of these events in the last game of the season, starting next week. Now, Alyssa, you'd like there to be an announcement
Yes, we'll do that during table talk.
of a sort. Hey, don't go nowhere. We'll come right back with a little bit of table talk with our friend Holly, and then we'll get right back into it. Thank you.